Hey guys, Angry Joe. We're back with Star Trek Picard, the mid-season. Oh my God!
I was surprised after watching this.
Lieutenant Romulan,
Yes.
OtherJoe, and Borg Officer
9 of 9.
Alex 9 of 9. Is there a 9 of 9?
No, I don't think there is.
9 of 9. Well, Alex is 9 of 9 from now on. 9 of 9 and
number 2.
Jovok. How about that? Jovok, right? Got it. Nailed it. All right, guys. We're big Star Trek fans, and we just want to say this is not Star Trek.
Nope.
I'm not a big Star Trek fan, and this does not even feel like Star Trek for me either.
Well, even Joe knows it. Guys, Star Trek is about Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future. It is about, meeting new interesting things and sort of applying, Star Trek can tackle current issues and topical issues and political issues, but done in the right way. Yeah. And this show doesn't seem to be doing that. This show seems to be 100% a political message, 100% Picard, or rather Patrick Stewart wanting to tell, something that he wants to say in order to further his legacy, but jammed into the context of Star Trek. And I thought I'd never say that because obviously, I'm very progressive. Star Trek's very progressive, but I just feel like I'm being preached to. Yeah. And you're fucking with the lore. For example, the thing that bothers me the most, I was just shocked by episode 2 where Picard goes to the Federation. Picard has obviously saved the universe several times, saved the Federation countless times. And, he's talking about how, he could get a small expeditionary fleet together and he can try to help out. And, and she's like, pure fucking hubris. Yeah. And I'm like, she drops a F-bomb.
The cursing's weird, right?
Sheer fucking hubris. You think you could just waltz back in here and be entrusted with taking men and women into space?
There's a bunch of cursing. It's like, why are you cursing in Star Trek? Like, Federation would not talk like that. No. And she's like, you think you could walk back in here and, and
fuck you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the plot. You're supposed to be shocked by it. You're supposed to be, but they break the lore in the fact that the Federation doesn't want to help Romulans who have basically been destroyed. Yeah. For some reason, their Romulan Star Empire is basically just their capital, and their capital explodes, and now they need help. What about all the rest of the fucking Romulan Star Empire?
I mean, the supernova, they said, like, how many billions of people were within the range of the supernova? Maybe there are other planets where, too.
But it doesn't make any sense, is what I'm saying. And then so they finally explain in episode 2, well, 14 members of the Federation don't want to help the Romulans.
Yeah, 14 species said fuck them.
Right. Instead, because remember we were like, oh, well, just because Earth doesn't want to help Romulans, that doesn't, that's the Federation is hundreds of planets. Yeah. Well, even with 14, it's like, shut the fuck up. There's more of us, so yeah, you don't want them, but we're doing it anyway because we're the Federation.
Well, then Patrick Stewart was the voice of reason in this scene. He said the Federation does not get to decide which species lives or dies. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. And then she says, yes, we fucking do. It's like, oh, okay.
And she's like, fuck you. Get out of my office, you bald fuck. Yeah. You fucking hubris shithead. And then you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, you weren't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention.
You're drawing on your eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it's just laid on so thick. And then in episode 3, he goes to, a former, confidant of his, another officer.
I forget her name.
I know, right?
The one with the
Rafi.
Rafi.
Who keeps calling him JL? And I hate that she calls him JL. It bothered me the whole fucking time.
Joe's a JL.
Oh,
You're a JL,
you.
Joe.
I am.
JL.
Fuck you.
J-Lo. She should have called him J-Lo.
J-Lo.
And she's over here like in a fucking trailer park.
Yeah.
And Picard goes over there and she's, get out of here, Picard. You and you're all in your rich vineyard and your winery while I'm over here, barely with any money.
Space meth.
Like, do you not know that, like, money is gone
no
and
money.
in the future there's none of this shit? There's no classism. Yes, I know. Joe, because you haven't seen TNG. They specifically say that a lot of these things that Earth had to deal with, the United States had to deal with, are gone. They've managed to conquer diseases and healthcare and education and poverty, and all these things have been relatively taken care of by advanced technology. But yet it's like Star Trek Picard ignores all these fucking things to tell a fucking story, a political story. That and yes, maybe what they're trying to say is, yes, that was true at one point, but now the Federation is changed 100%, and they're going down the shitter, and Earth is going down the shitter, and poverty has come back, and all this stuff. But you didn't set that up. Yeah. You didn't set it up. You're almost like hand waving, like, no, this is how it's always been. But Star Trek fans are like, no, that's not always how it's been.
Stop ruining the lore.
Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of. It feels completely different. Star Trek has always had this very analytical, logical, fascinating, exploratory feeling to it than other sci-fi series. And I think RLM, Red Letter Media, y'all should watch their review on it too. In addition to ours, is they put it to get much better than I can put it. That it just doesn't feel Star Trek. It feels like every other generic sci-fi out there trying to tell a parallel story of what's happening in current events in 2018, 2020, rather than what's happening in, the 43rd century.
We said that 6 months ago. We did that trailer reaction where it's like, this looks like a Firefly episode, or this looks like a show that you just threw Patrick Stewart in. It doesn't feel at all like we're dealing with a universe that we're really familiar with. Yeah. When you put the stamp of Star Trek on something, you set the audience's expectation, or you should be setting the audience expectation. It's like, look, it's in the Star Trek universe. It's in this period of time, which we know we're familiar with. It's with these characters who we know and we're familiar with. And then just to turn all that on its head and just go, oh, everyone's space racist now. Yeah. No one likes each other. No one wants to save each other. And, the world is fucked. It's like, what are you doing?
And not only that, but then you have a chosen one storyline again with the girl. And I thought that was going to be annoying. Turns out to be annoying. Yeah. The characters in this fucking series suck. So basically, when we last left you, our series opener review, we were like, it was all right, and we're a little nervous for where it's going. Well, guess what? By mid-season, we're like, this fucking sucks.
You didn't like Space Fidel Castro? Like, he's like the combination of Fidel Castro and El Guapo from Three Amigos. The pilot. Dude, I like that guy. He's
like the only one I like.
He's drinking tequila, he's smoking cigars. Like, he's the old
Space Castro.
Yeah, he's.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah. I liked him. I don't know what his story is. I mean, the first time we meet this Hispanic captain, Joe, we get one. Yeah, he has a big fucking, rod in his collarbone. We're like, is he gonna explain that? Not really.
No.
And what?
Just let you know he's tough.
He's real tough.
It's so cliche. It's so
exactly.
On the nose.
The whole crew,
everything.
The whole crew is so generic.
Yeah.
And I, for one, don't really like any of them.
I don't like any of them either.
What about his hologram? His hologram, Jorge Momoa.
So here's the thing, is that he has multiple holograms with multiple types that look different personalities that are different. One guy is like a,
the hospitality
hologram. Another one is another hologram. It's just, okay. It's kind of cool. But he's like and then you have... can't do it anymore, guys. The characters are not compelling. So then Patrick Stewart goes to a Romulan planet where they were resettling, and the Romulans are happy, and they're like, all right, we're going to figure things out. We welcome others. And then and it's a storyline of these assassins that are all female assassins.
The nuns.
Everything is female in this. Like, all the major characters are like, the important ones are female. There's no important male characters anymore in the Star Trek universe. It's just Picard, right, I guess. And so there's an assassin who's been adopted by these female assassins, and they're like, well, you're a man. You'll never truly be one of us. But, Picard can take you under his wing. And so Picard starts to teach this kid, and he's like, he's endeared by this kid. He's like, Picard hates kids. You remember
Picard Day?
Picard, no, he doesn't hate kids. Eventually, he softens. Because when in season 1 and 2, Picard's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, they didn't nail the character for a while.
Who's the kid?
Wesley?
Crusher, yeah, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. So finally he but anyway, he's a nice older man now, and he takes a kid under his wing, and then he just leaves the planet. So he could set up that he comes back and he gets an Elrond, type samurai, a Romulan samurai. So now he's older, he's got a sword. In this century where there's fucking
everyone has
phasers,
disruptors. Every single person on that planet has a disruptor, but they set up
Literally,
this stupid-ass scene.
the speed of light. I can fire a thing at you.
But they set up the scene where everyone has swords for some
But
reason.
he does a butterfly
so
kick.
cool.
Yeah, but then this other guy pulls out a disruptor, and he's like, hey, by the way, I'm warning you that I'm pulling out my disruptor. Let's see if you can... Oh, I'm dead, because I was warning you. It's so dumb.
It is. So this close combat expert is supposed to be like the best one in the galaxy to protect Picard. He has no ranged weapons, whatever. It's just, it's contrived. It feels like they're trying to do their own little Lord of the Rings. What's
so bad.
And so we don't like the crew. And if you don't like the crew, and then this doctor comes in, and I could tell right off the bat that this
Yes, I already knew, because she had a meeting with one of the leaders on the Federation.
Commodore.
Yeah.
She was
So I'm wondering if we should get into spoil. I think we should. Let's just
Don't watch this.
fuck it. Let's
Yeah,
just
it's gonna
go.
spoil.
yeah, because I was trying to be vague.
Go ahead.
So she has a meeting with one of the what do you call them again?
Federation Romulans.
Romulans, which she was pretty shady. You already
Yeah.
knew that she was going to be.
Well, no, doesn't she is she posing as a Vulcan, but she looks like a Romulan?
Was she? I
And-
didn't
I
know.
think she's supposed to be a Vulcan.
I think she's a Romulan though. Well,
I
she's
thought-
working for the Romulans, but she's a Vulcan. But
I thought
it's
she's a Romulan.
But I think she's a Vulcan that she's controlling the Romulan, KGB, the tall Shar.
so she has a discussion with the doctor.
It has a discussion with the doctor, and then right before, she's like, "Tell me everything you spoke about." And it cuts to her visiting, I guess.
Picard?
Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, Picard. And you knew something was gonna go on because they cut it off too
yeah.
soon.
Sure.
It's like, this
So
this
it's
story
quite
needs like a
obvious.
mole.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be her.
Yeah.
You see
Surprise.
what I'm saying? It's too fucking obvious. Even Joe can figure
Yeah.
it out, and he's never seen an episode of Star Trek in TNG, because I did force him to watch some Voyagers and some Discoveries. But anyways, okay, and guess what? Turns out that she does something that betrays the crew. So eventually,
Yay.
they go on the adventure. They pick up the Romulan, but that storyline was basically pointless. It was just to
It
go pick up
was.
that guy with the sword. Wow. Well, he goes back to the planet, and all the Romulans are racist again. They're like, yeah, you don't like your kind around here. Even a Romulan says,
Romulans
Romulans only. In English.
Get out of here.
Joe, it's in English. It's a Romulan planet.
What's
Romulans only. It's for
don't
it's
know.
for the people from the United States.
Yes.
In case they go
Yes.
over there, none of the other aliens. Just-
Exactly.
okay, gotcha. We have 15 different signs or something. I don't know. You could have at least made it digital.
But we got JL going up there.
Whatever.
Rebelling. He's like, I'm going to take this sign down and have me some coffee.
I thought that was a badass because you know what? The best part is when Picard has flashes of being Picard.
Yeah,
right?
but
So-
the emotional response that I get from those has me feel like Pavlov's dog, right? So you see Patrick Stewart, you have they're abusing the music, right? They're using the music from TNG or from the classic series, and I feel something because I remember feeling something watching the original episode, and then I click back in and go, wait a minute, none of this is deserved because what he's saying is wrong, what is happening here is wrong, the characters are wrong,
Right.
and you put him in front of my face and you played the right music. It's like when we were watching the most recent Jurassic Park where they're playing John Williams' epic score, and you're like, you don't fucking deserve this music because this is garbage. And I felt the same
and
way
then it
here.
turns into kazoo.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of way he's totally right. And then so then this big Romulan gets up and he's like, "Oh, yeah, Picard, you're the reason you did." And they're blaming Picard. It's like he's the only one that was trying to help
He
you.
did save
But
250,000 people.
And he saved that fucking planet, the people there, and it's okay, whatever. Just fuck it, and he tried, and now they're mad at him for trying. It's this kind of shit that makes you roll your eyes, just so that we can have a little sword battle. Of course, Picard, does
Throws the
a
sword on the
maneuver that he would win if they continued, but no, I'm throwing it. No, you wouldn't, Picard. There's no way you would have won that fucking sword battle. But whatever. Okay, so and then Elrond shows up and saves him, and then we move on. Okay, and we've got this really so this stuff is not compelling with this crew because we don't like Ralphie, we don't like the Doctor. We knew who she was initially. She's gonna betray him later on. She betrays him. We'll talk about that in a second.
Whoa.
We don't like the Romulan that they pick up with the sword. It's like, yeah, it would be cool if like this was a different universe, but this is Star Trek and. It's like, all right, fine. And he does a little bit of the comedy relief, like, are we going to play dress up now? Okay, are we done playing dress up?
Yes,
Episode 5 was the worst.
I
This is getting worse and worse. Like, when she said, fucking hubris in episode 2, I was like, what the fuck? Then in episode 3, I'm like, okay, here we go. We got the crew. We got the ship. Engaged. I'm like, okay. And then episode 4 was like, oh. And now episode 5, they're playing fucking dress up, and it looks like the cheapest goddamn show. Not even good holodeck episodes from the Next Generation were far better than this. And
this was
hey,
like
at least
very
Jerry
cringe.
Ryan was there, and she was a badass or something.
yeah, I did like that they brought 7 of 9. I loved her character in Voyager. Me and the girl I was dating at the time, we were watching through Voyager, and we thought that it significantly improved with the Borg storyline with 7 of 9. The story's great. Joe even started to enjoy Voyager. And
That felt
so
more
they
of a Star Trek.
right they bring, that's more like Star Trek than this show.
Yeah.
So they bring her in, even though the 7 and 9 and Picard don't really have the best relationship, and I like how they did play that. It's like, I want to protect Picard's ideals the way the world is, but she knows the way the world really is. So she, she's a little dastardly, and she does things by her own accord, and it makes sense for 7 of 9's character. But all this stuff is so telegraphed. In the episode before, it's like, well, where are the Rangers? Have you heard of the Rangers? They're in this area, but there's not enough Rangers anymore. Whoa, the Rangers are so legendary, but they can't protect this area anymore. And then the next episode, oh, a ship coming out of nowhere is helping us. So
wow, what's one hell of a pilot?
Whoa, that's so cool. And then this bird of prey shows up because it's Romulan space. The Romulans are racist, and this one guy's terrorizing space around this planet. And Picard and them are about to die, but this little pilot shows up, and he's like, oh no, now the pilot's gonna die. And so they beam the pilot over, and it's like, bring him over. And it's her. And she comes out. Oh, and then she's a ranger. I'm like, of course she's a ranger. This isn't Babylon 5, okay? Why are you doing the Rangers thing? What
We're
the fuck
already
ever?
on episode 5, and for me, if I didn't have to watch this with you guys, I would have checked out a long time ago because it's taking forever.
Yeah, there's only, 8
It's
episodes?
dragging on.
Okay, so we're giving you all this stuff, right, where we don't really like the characters, and it's barely holding together.
We haven't even talked about...
But here we go. We're going to talk about the worst storyline.
There's 2 storylines,
Yes.
and anytime a movie or a TV show decides to do parallel storylines, you run the risk of people liking one more than the other. Now, we barely like or tolerate one, and then there's one that is so inferior and boring, and there's weird Romulan incest. What the fuck is with incest and everything now?
With this
Don't
brother and
judge me.
sister character. Jovak, tell us what the hell is going on with your sister, bro.
Hey, man, have you seen it? Pretty hot.
Not really. I'm not really
For
that
Romulan?
into. Nah.
No? Seen that?
Oh, I didn't know Romulans could be so hot is an actual line in this garbage.
And he's all like, in the background. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, so this guy. This storyline is so bad because these two meet on the Romulan ship a few episodes ago, and they like fall madly in love with each other.
he's a robosexual.
In one episode, and so you don't buy their relationship, you don't buy their acting, you don't even buy that he's a badass.
No.
And then they do this stupid storyline was like, well, the Borg had rituals too, come with me. And then we're going in the back room, and she's like, they had rituals? What is it, gonna be cave paintings with Borg? But no, he goes in this big open room, and he's like, they did this.
Slip and slide.
And it's supposed to be this endearing moment, like,
It was-
he's just joking. It's just this, oh, they love each other.
That's when I turned it off.
Oh my god.
Click.
Better not have Joe.
I stuck it through.
And I don't buy the relationship. I hate
No.
that storyline. He's manipulating Daj. Or no, Daj is dead. He's manipulating
Daj's
Other
sister.
Daj.
Sorge or something, whatever.
Cheapskate?
I don't
Sounds like
care.
something
I
like that.
don't fucking care. Into giving him information.
They're trying to find the location of all of the other androids because they are robo-racist. He's a robosexual, but they come from robo-racists, and they want to exterminate all of the androids because of this.
Well, that's gonna Soji. Well, but that's the storyline. Yes, he's robo-racist, but he's robosexual, and his love will overcome his racism, and he'll protect her at the end against his sister. That's what's going to happen.
Do you think that the
doctor is going to betray Picard, and so then they finally find Bruce Maddox, who have been helped out very integrally with the androids program.
Yeah.
And so he's there. He's alive. They rescue him. They do this prisoner exchange. Terrible storyline with Picard dressed up as a pirate.
Did that woman not look like Deanna Troy's daughter?
Yeah.
The bar owner
they
person?
Done something cool with that. Well, no. That would have just don't do that either. Here's the thing: it was stupid, and nobody would buy his accent. Jean-Luc Picard's accent was so awful. I guess he was speaking like a Frenchman for the first time.
But wouldn't they recognize him?
But
he's got such a unique
yes,
face. And
you have an eye patch, Joe.
Oh, okay. The whole Superman thing. Oh, he's wearing his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
Anyways,
everyone would have recognized him.
So they get Bruce Maddox back on the ship, and he's like, okay, and they'll be able to talk to him. They'll be able to figure out what the fuck is going on. But he's like, of course. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, or my mom is calling me. And then so they leave the room, and then she comes in the room, and she's the doctor, and then she's like, she fucking kills him.
We knew that they were romantically
yes.
entangled from earlier in the episode where she's watching a video
They
of
were
them
romantically
kissing.
entangled.
And so she kills him
Who filmed that?
after
Weirdos?
telling him that the other android is in the artifact. And so now we've satisfied our little fetch mission. We know where to go next. And so we went from Space Vegas to now we go to Space Cube to find the space racists who are being led by the robosexual.
Right.
Yes.
And they have a group of reclaimed Romulans who are all doing puzzles, and then they say
Playing
that
with a Ouija board.
Soji is
Yeah,
the
the disruptor.
destroyer. You're the destroyer. You're the one. You're the key to it all. And the Borg is the ancient.
chosen one.
Do you think the Romulans created the Borg?
Yeah, that's kind of what they're implying.
And that's why the secret group hates androids so much?
Right. The Taj, Magaj. Fuck them. If you've seen what I saw, Girardi tearfully kills Maddox. If you've seen what I saw, which, she now believes that, we got to kill, all the androids or whatever. Meanwhile, Rafi tries to reconnect with her estranged son, Gabriel. This whole plot line with Rafi going,
nowhere.
I don't give a shit, don't care, who is married to a Romulan woman, but then he's rebuffed and joins the La Sirena. Oh, she's rebuffed and she rejoins.
Yeah, she joins, but I don't want to talk about it.
No. You don't want to talk about it? Oh, right.
Well, that's what she says.
Yeah. And so now I guess we can get the fucking storyline going.
There's 3 episodes left.
That's
Right?
what I said.
No.
It took
It's
too
8
long.
episodes?
5 episodes left.
Oh,
my
is
friend.
this 10 episodes?
Yeah, we're at
God
this
damn it. I was like,
mid-season,
there's
dude.
only 3 more. I only have to sit
No.
through 3 fucking more.
No, that's The Outsider. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next one is The Impossible Box. The next one after that is Nepenthe, and then Broken Pieces. And then 9 and 10 have been yet to be announced. 9 and 10 are directed by Avika Goldsman, both of them. Honestly, these episodes have been not very well directed. And you know what sucks is Jonathan Frakes
did 4 and 5,
directed
right?
the last 2, 4 and 5, the ones that
Yeah.
I did not like at all. And that's number 1. Number 1.
Yeah, I know.
You look just like him. You fucked it up.
But that lizard man could
So
smell
we're
what you
gonna-
had for breakfast.
We're going to blame you.
Smoked meat.
Why'd you fuck it up?
I'm sorry. Look at the script they gave. They're like, look, here's the script.
Not Alex. What's the Kurtzman guy? I forget his first name.
Kurtzman?
Alex. Yeah, no, it's Alex. See, you fucked it up again.
Yeah.
Alex Kurtzman is this Star Trek.
I'm
is the
sorry.
worst. I like Discovery more than I like Star Trek Picard.
The first one.
It's fucking crazy because at least Discovery has a little bit of that sense of exploration and meeting new alien races and some of the logic, and Federation acts like the Federation. They're not fucking space racists and assholes and dropping profanity all over the place and classism and the rich versus the what? Stop it. I don't want this to go where I think it's going, which is the Borg aren't this really fucking cool race that just shows you that there's shit out there that will fuck you up. And there's nothing you can do about it unless maybe you have one leader and you rally behind them and you barely get by. But they're still out there and they will fuck you up. No, now it's
the shadow
maybe
universe.
created by the Romulans a long time ago or so. I don't fucking know. I don't care where it's going. I mean, it's all centered around, the only thing that could make me like get excited about these next episodes is if they bring back lore. If you bring back Brent Spiner some way,
lore back.
I want something to
lore
fucking...
There's three. There's like he's the older brother. He's evil. He's pretty much evil Data.
He knows lore. We've talked about him enough.
I think so. He's the one with a mustache.
Right.
Pretty much. Yeah. He's just an asshole.
At least that would be something, because Brent Spiner's performance, add his performance to John Patrick Stewart's, and at least it'll be something to watch. Yeah, they'll probably fuck it up. But you know what? I mean, at least I get to watch something because I'm bored. And their ship is dumb. La Llorona. That's what I feel like right now, guys. I don't give a shit. This is the lowest part, all right? So let's just go ahead and give the mid-season review score. Like, I guess we should – it's hard to, like, bundle episodes together. And
I got a grade.
Review score. Go ahead.
Well, I have
let's
a grade
try
too.
it.
Okay, well, for me, like I said, I don't like the crew. I'm pretty much, how Patrick says, disengaged. Huh?
I like that. It was good.
Disengaged.
So I don't really care about these characters, obviously, except for the captain.
Joe, your eyebrows tell a different story.
Yeah, you look
Yeah,
real
I'm surprised. Whoa. Everything is pretty much told. Like, everything, like, the whole mole, I already knew what was going on.
Yeah.
This story is pretty much boring for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go lower because I think first one I gave a 5 because it was pretty generic. And it's still pretty generic with just the shitty crew, in my opinion. I did not like the costumes, the whole story. They just took too long to get there. 4 for me. It's below average.
Below average.
And I don't see this doing.
So for me,
So I think we went from
well.
like you went from a 7 to a 4. I think.
A 5 for
5.
5.
It's
I
getting
think I gave it a
lower.
5 too.
Okay,
I think we all said it was average-ish. So I don't like the story. I don't like the vast majority of the new characters. I really hate what they've done with the characters that I know. I
This
don't
is
like
sounding low.
I don't like the lore. I think half of the story of the 2 parallel storylines they take are almost unwatchable.
Yeah.
There's space Romulan incest now thrown in for who fuck no, why? Like is Kurtzman like is this his thing? Is it like feet with Quentin Tarantino?
Alluring, I guess. It's trying to be
intriguing. What if they fuck? It's like, that's gross. Stop it. So if I don't like
Game of Thrones, man.
yeah, how did that end?
Lord of the Rings, man. Elrond.
So I don't like almost anything about the show, and I feel like almost betrayed because you put the Star Trek stamp on it, and you set my expectations. Now I should fucking know better because what did they do with Enterprise and Discovery and some of these other things that any new Trek stuff I haven't liked. So I don't know why my expectations are the wrong spot.
Discovery. You like a few episodes of Discovery.
I've only watched a few episodes
I know,
of Discovery.
but I guarantee you would like a few more.
Compared
Oh,
to
okay.
this?
But I didn't get hooked, so I didn't watch them. And so I just kind of feel abused. But you brought back Patrick Stewart, so my expectations went a little bit higher, and I felt betrayed by that. So this was way below that. Like, it's at least competently – no. I was going to say competently shot, and then I remember the dress-up and the eye patch and the beret.
What do you mean?
And they dressed him up like a 1970s pimp, like – El Guapo, Captain El Guapo
the
is
sets, the set design, the costume designs, all terrible.
So I mean, it's still early and it could go way lower. I'm at a 3 right now, but I could see this getting plummeting even farther down because this is just it's not good.
Wow. So 4 and a 3. Guys, I feel much the same way. I really am disengaged, like Joe's joke, and insulted at times, like Alex said. And now not even Patrick Stewart's performance is really holding this thing up just because the situations are dumb. It's spinning its wheels. I don't really care about the characters. And I know, and I have an idea of where it's going, and I hate where it's going. And it's just so limited in focused in telling a story and getting it wrong along the way, going into an area that I don't give a fuck about. It sucks.
But a guy's got a sword. It's really cool. Do you think you could set it to stun?
But fucking 7 and 9 got those badass rifles.
And she was cool.
I'm gonna take these.
There's like and here there's like, you know, at least Star Trek Discovery had action. At least they had ship maneuvers and ships, and you know, and like exploring and shit. And I was like, oh, I even bought the uniforms, which I'll probably never get. And I wasted all that money on those. But you know, I don't want to pretend like I live in Star Trek Picard. I don't want that world, and I hate it. And here's what I feel like: it's a 3. It's a 3 out of 10. I don't like it anymore. And in mid-season, you're pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that it will get better. But I really don't want to watch it. If I wasn't doing a review on it, as a Star Trek fan, I probably would have dropped it.
Yeah, like I said, I was going to drop it, but it's like, no.
And you can bet even Star Wars. So it's like Star Trek fans are dropping out. This is crazy, man. If you love it, tell me why I should change my mind and why you love it, really, in the comments. But, guys, it's not that good. And unfortunately, it's not what I was wanting for it. And we were worried, and our worries have been confirmed.
What's it going to take to make it better, though? Like, I was thinking, like, what do I need to see from this to get it above average? And I need to have really strong and characters come back. Powerful. Like, you can have...
We've seen that's going to happen.
Yeah, we need cameos. Yeah, but not cameos like, oh, hey, there's Data. It's great. But we need,
that's the best we could look forward to. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, see, I don't want that. Like,
that's what we're gonna get, and that's the best we can hope for right now.
It sounds like to me, it's.
I'm begging for that.
You can't fix it, according to you guys.
I kind of agree.
They could. No, I mean they could.
Here in season 2, they could fix it where they give him his own ship and he goes out and he's exploring different areas, but also with the underlying storyline of the Romulan Borg threat or something like that. But this sucks. I hate it. I hate every single time we go to the Romulan cube. I check out and
the artifact. Yeah,
I hate that guy.
The artifact. I hate that guy. I hate that girl. I hate everything.
You don't find me sexy, Joe? I'm the best sexy motherfucking Romulan here.
Yeah, even your sister can't keep your hands off you.
No, guys. It sucks. I'm sorry. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, when we come back with our final episode, we can tell you, man, what are the greatest turnaround we have ever seen in Star Trek history. But honestly, I would prefer that you just go watch, Discovery and give me your opinion on that. Because me and Joe actually started to like it, and it's got some action in it. This doesn't have action. It has the talking, which you would think is great in Star Trek, but it's just not done correctly. And so when you don't have action,
hubris.
When you're fucking up the talking and you're fucking hubris thinking you could just walk back in here with Picard and just convince us all that this is going to be great, fucking hubris. See you guys on the next Angry Joe show.
Bye, guys.
Sheer fucking hubris.